Jean. The patient says he has sharp pains in the stomach.
He has a weak liver. Mr. Blanc, we need a remedy to stimulate his liver.
You must take 2 of these silly blue Mariana pills every 3 hours.
Take 2 of these.
Dr. Brujon, the patient complains of pains in his head from time to time. I beg to suggest that it's no doubt a side effect of silly blue Mariana.
Apply plaster of hormone to his cranium.
The patient says he's weariness in all his limbs.
It is still his liver and injection of blood.
Yes.
Now, gentlemen, you've spent enough time here. I have an important appointment with the Duchess of Versailles. Monsieur Argonne, you have had the best medical advice in all France. And here's my bill.
Good day to you, sir, and here's my bill.
I'll reply, here is my bill.
A pleasant evening to you, sir, and yours, my dear.
Don't forget, take 2 of these pills every 3 hours around the clock. And take some of these as well. And here is my bill.
Bills 2 and 3 make 5 francs, and 5 make 10, and 10 make 20. Bah! I will pay them half as much.
When I get married, you'll be a handsome actor.
Ooh.
I will marry a brilliant scholar. My husband will be a millionaire and will buy me whatever I want. I will marry a prince and live in the palace. I can't choose. I will marry all of them. Oh, hello, Papa. Do we disturb you? Hello, Papa. How are you this evening, Papa?
The doctors have just left, and I feel terrible.
Oh, but with all those doctors, you should be in perfect health.
I feel sick from looking at these bills. Just don't let me hear you girls talking about husbands. How can I pay for 6 dowries, and 6 wedding receptions, and 6 trousseaux for 6 daughters?
Papa, you have lots of money.
I have lots of daughters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5? Who is missing?
Angelique.
Angelique. That's the one I wanted to speak to. About something important.
Fine. Come on, girls, let's go frolic in the fields.
Bah! I'm always left alone. There's no way of keeping them. They don't hear, and my bell doesn't make enough noise. Toilette! Yvette! It's just as if I didn't ring at all. Where are those housemaids?
Coming!
Where have you been? I've been ringing for hours.
If you scold me, I shall cry.
I will scold you. Take this away, and take that away, and you, Yvette, tell cook to prepare some broth for the pills I have to take soon. And you leave the men servants alone.
All the doctors and apothecary amuse themselves expensively with your health. They have found a rare milk on you, I must say.
I should like you to say what is easy as you have for them to physic you so.
I don't think you're sick at all.
Hold your tongues. It is not for you to question the doctors. Now, Toinette, please go and ask my daughter Angelique to come to me. I have something very important to tell her.
Here she is, coming of her own accord. She must guess your thoughts.
You come just in time. I wish to speak to you.
Hello, Papa. I'm quite ready to hear you.
Oh, wait a moment. Give me my cane. Jacques!
Go, sir, go quickly. Monsieur Florent gives you plenty to do.
Oh, Jacques, did you see me here?
Well, I am looking at you.
Toinette,
Well, what?
don't you guess what I want to speak about?
Oh yes, I have some slight idea. You want to speak of your young sweetheart, for it is only of him you have been speaking of for the last 6 days since you first met him.
Since you know what it is I want, why are you not the first to speak to me of him? And why do you not spare me the trouble of being the one to start the conversation?
You don't give me time, and you are so eager that it is difficult to be before you on the subject.
It is true, I am never weary of speaking of him. But tell me, Toinette, do you blame me for the feelings I have towards him?
Not at all.
Don't you think it was some act of destiny in the way we met at the theater?
Mm-hmm.
He acted so generously, so nobly, with such grace.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not think, Toinette, that he is very handsome?
Certainly.
That he is the best man in the world?
No doubt about it.
And that there can be nothing more painful than my father and stepmother keeping me always at home and preventing me from seeing gentlemen callers?
You are right.
But, dear Toinette, tell me, do you think that my client loves me as much as he says he does?
That's a thing hardly to be trusted at any time. A show of love is savage, like the real thing. And I have met with very good actors in that line.
Can it be that my client is not telling the truth?
The proof is, if you ask your father to be permitted to marry you, then you can trust that he truly loves you.
If he deceives me, I should never in all my life believe any man.
John!
Miss Angelique, here is your father on your back.
I say, Angelique, I have a piece of news for you, which, perhaps, you did not expect. You have been asked of me in marriage. Hello? How is that? You are pleased? So, from what I see, daughter, there is no need of my asking whether you are willing to marry.
I ought to obey in everything, Father.
I am very glad to possess such an obedient daughter. The thing is settled then, and I have promised you.
It is my duty, Father, to blindly follow all you determine upon for me.
My wife, your stepmother, would have had me make a nun of you, and your 5 sisters as well.
The excellent creature has her reasons.
She would not consent to the match, but I carry the day, and my word is given. I have not seen the person in question, but I am told I shall be satisfied with him. Oh, yes, and you also will be satisfied.
Most certainly, Father.
How? Have you seen him then?
Since your consent to our marriage authorizes me to open my heart to you, I will not hide from you the chance when he was acquainted 6 days ago, when Uncle Broad took me to the theater. His request for my hand is a result of the sympathy you felt for another at first sight.
They did not tell me that. But I am pleased. It is much better that things should be so. They say he's a tall, well-made young fellow,
Yes, Father.
of a fine build,
Yes, indeed.
pleasant,
Certainly.
with a good face,
Very good.
steady, and of good family,
Quite.
and that he has very good manners,
The best possible.
and that he speaks both Latin and Greek,
Ah, that I didn't know anything about.
and that in 4 days he is to be made a doctor.
He, Father?
Well, yes, did he not tell you?
No, indeed. Who told you?
Dr. Perjean.
Does Dr. Perjean know him?
What a question. Of course he knows him. He is his nephew.
Cléance is the nephew of Dr. Perjean?
What Cléance? We are speaking of him who has asked you in marriage.
Yes, of course.
Well, he is the nephew of Dr. Perjean and the son of his brother-in-law, Dr. Dyford. And this son's name is Thomas Dyford, and not Cléance. We have just decided upon the match, and tomorrow this future son-in-law is to be brought to me by his father. What's the matter?
Father, I see now that you've been speaking of one person, and I have another.
Master, with all the wealth you possess, why do you want to marry your daughter to a mere doctor?
What business is it of yours, you jade?
Don't always begin by insulting me! Can we not reason together without getting into a rage? Come, let us speak quietly. What reason have you, if you please, for such a marriage?
My reason is that seeing myself infirm and sick, I wish to have a son-in-law and relatives who are doctors to procure their kind assistance in my illness. To have within my family that fountainhead of those remedies which are necessary to me, and to be within reach of consultations and prescriptions.
Very well, at least that is giving a reason. And there is a certain pleasure in answering one another calmly. But now, sir, on your conscience, do you really and truly believe that you are ill?
Believe that I know you, Jane! Believe that I am ill, you impertinent hussy!
Very well then, sir, you are ill. Yes, you are very ill. I agree with you upon that point. More ill even than you think. Now, is that settled? But your daughter is to marry a husband for herself. And as she is not ill, what is the use of giving her a doctor?
It is for my sake that I give her this doctor, and a good daughter ought to be delighted to marry for the sake of her father's health.
Ah, she will never consent to it.
My daughter will not consent to it?
No, she will tell you she has no need of Dr. Diaphorus, nor of his son, Mr. Thomas Diaphorus, nor of all the Diaphoruses in the world.
But I have need of him, and the match is very advantageous. Dr. Diaphorus has only this son for an heir, and Dr. Prejean, who has neither wife nor child, will make his nephew his heir as well. Dr. Prejean is a man worth 8,000 francs a year.
What a lot of people that must be killed to have become so rich.
Well, 8,000 francs is something, without counting the property of the father.
That is a large fortune, sir. But all the same, I advise you to choose another husband for her.
I tell you that I will have her make my promise good.
She will not do it, I tell you.
She will, or I will shut her up in a convent.
You will not shut her up in a convent.
I will put my daughter in a convent if I like. Who will hinder me?
Fatherly love will hinder you.
It will not hinder me.
A little tear or two, her arms thrown around your neck, or my darling little papa, said very tenderly, will be enough to touch your heart.
All that will be useless.
I know you well enough. You are naturally kind-hearted.
I am not kind-hearted. I am ill-natured whenever I like.
Gently, sir, you forget that you are ill.
I command her to prepare herself to take the husband I have fixed upon.
And I decidedly forbid her to do anything of the kind.
What boldness is this? For a servant to speak in such a way before her master?
When a master does not consider what he is doing, a sensible servant should set him right.
Ah, impudent girl, I will beat you!
It is my duty to approach of me dishonor you.
Come here, let me teach you how to speak.
I take this myself in your affairs as I ought to, and I don't wish to see you commit any folly.
Jane!
I will have her marry your Thomas Diaphorus.
Angelique, won't you stop that jade for me?
Oh, Father, don't make yourself ill. Don't you obey him, miss.
Oh, my heart is thumping in my chest. Oh, it is enough to kill me. I am done for. I need a doctor. Oh.
What ails you, my poor dear husband?
I can barely speak.
What is the matter, my own, my darling?
They have just put me into a rage.
What has happened, my poor dear pet?
That maid of yours, Toinette, has grown more insolent than ever,
Don't excite yourself.
and has had the impudence to say that I am not ill.
What? Say that you are not ill? She is an impertinent hussy.
And I have asked you ever so many times to send her away.
I would, but alas, my sugar plum, there is no servant without defects. We are obliged at times to put up with their bad qualities on account of their good ones. Toinette is skillful, diligent, and above all honest. I say, Toinette! How is this? Why do you throw my husband into a fury?
I don't know what you mean. My only aim is to please master in everything.
Oh, the deceitful girl!
He said to us that he wished to have his daughter marry the son of Dr. Diaphorus. I told him that I thought the match very advantageous for her, but that for me he would do better to put her into a convent.
You told him that? My dear, I think that she is right.
Oh, sugar, don't you believe her?
Compose yourself a little, my dear one. And Toinette, bring me some pillows. You were all in the thither, my son. I shall make you comfortable in your armchair. And let me put your nightcap down over your ears. There is nothing that gives people such bad cold as letting the air run through your pretty feet.
Oh, dear, how obliged I am for all the care you take of me.
Raise yourself a little. Let me put this under you. Put this one lean upon, and this one on the other side. Then put this one to support your arm, and this one
know the wickedness of that villainous maid. She has altogether upset me, and I shall need more than 8 different pharmaceutical mixtures and 12 injections to remedy the evil.
Compose yourself a little, my dearest one.
Ah, lovey, you are my only consolation.
Poor little pet.
For you, I am resolved, as I told you, to rewrite my will.
Do not speak to me of that, I beseech you. I cannot bear to think of it. The very word will makes me want to die of grief.
Well, I had asked you to speak to a notary about it.
Oh, and I have. Unfortunately, he's here in the foyer, close at hand.
Make him come in then, my life.
Signor Consigliere of Palermo is here. Those lit.
Come in, Signor Consigliere. Come in. Have a seat if you like. My wife tells me, sir, that you are a very honest man and altogether one of her friends.
Say, you got a nice place here. But she was right about you having lots of dough. And as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to tend to find this.
Well, I wish to speak to you about a new will which I wish to make.
Alas, I cannot speak of those.
Your wife here has fully explained to me your intentions and what you need to do for her. Look, I got to tell you can't give nothing to your wife in a will.
What's that you say?
It's against the custom. If you was in a country district with statute law purveyors, that thing could be done. But in Paris, it can't be done. Nothing's gonna happen. The will will be held towards in courts of law. If you don't want no trouble, the only sense you're to make on your wife is by donation while you are still alive. See?
It's a very impertinent custom that a man can leave nothing to a wife whom he loves, by whom he is so tenderly loved, and who takes so much care of him. Well, I should like to consult my own lawyer to see what I can do.
You don't want to do that. Lawyers are very big nervous. They think it's a great crime to throw our property contrary to the law. Look, lawyers examine difficulties and are ignorant of the laws of conscience. But I know a few expedients for us, gently overriding the law, to smooth all the difficulties indirectly. See? In order to make these things easy, you got to make things easy or else when it gets nothing done. See?
My wife tells me, sir, that you are a very knowledgeable and clever man. What can I do, pray, to give her my fortune?
And deprive his daughters of it.
What can you do? There's nothing to it. It is all to me. You'll discreetly to the friend of your wife, to whom you give all that you own, and that then will give it up to her after you talk about her. Afterwards, see?
But
another thing, when also in your lifetime, put in her hands that you money. You happen to have 9 around to play.
well, my lawyer should be consulted.
Alas, do not trouble yourself about all that. If I lose you, my sweet honeypot, I won't be long for the world.
My dear wife.
I would follow you to the grave to show you all the tenderness I have for you.
Forget about it. So no, things have not come to that yet.
Signor Consigliere, you do not know what it is to have a husband one loves so tenderly.
For you, my sugar plum, I am resolved to do as this man advises. But, out of precaution, I will give you the 20,000 francs that is in the wainscoting of the recess in my room. And also 2 bills, payable to bearer, which are due me. One from Mr. Demol, and the other from Mr. Jalon.
I will have nothing to do with all that. How much do you say there is in the recess?
Well, 20,000 francs.
Do not speak to me of money. How much are the 2 bills for?
Well, one, my dear, is for 6,000, and the other for 4,000.
All the wealth of the world is nothing to me compared to you, my love.
Are you still ready to draw up the will?
Yes, sir. But we shall be more comfortable in my own little study. Help me, my life.
Didn't know it.
Where's Papa and my stepmother?
They are shut up with the notary, and I heard something about a new will. There's no doubt it's a conspiracy of your stepmother's against your interests, to which she is urging your father.
Let him dispose his money as he likes, as long as he does not try to dispose of my heart in the same way.
Will you help me?
We will do everything to serve you.
Try, I beseech you both, to let my client know about the marriage they have decided upon.
I'll ask Jacques to tell him. He's such a bright man. He'll do anything I ask him. Oh, Jacques!
What is it you want, sir?
What do I want?
Is it you? What a surprise! Why did you come here?
I want to learn my destiny, to speak to the lovely Angelique, to consult the very feelings of her heart, and to ask her what she needs to do about this fatal marriage of which I have been told.
Very well, but no one can speak so easily as all of that to Angelique. She is narrowly watched. She never goes out, nor does she see gentlemen callers.
Yes, I am aware. Therefore, I am not here as Cléante, but as the friend of her music master, from whom I have obtained leave to say that I have come in his stead.
Here comes your father. Withdraw, and let me tell who you are.
Dr. Bergeon told me I was to walk 12 times to and fro in my room every morning. Oh, but I forgot to ask whether it should be lengthwise or across.
Sir, here is a gentleman.
Now, speak in a lower tone, you jade. You split my head open. You should never speak so loud to sick people.
Sir!
What?
I tell you that.
What's that you say?
I say that there's a gentleman here who wants to speak to you.
Bob, let him come in.
Sir, I am
Do not speak so loud for fear of splitting open the head of Monsieur Argon.
Sir, I am delighted to find you in good health.
What? In good health? It is false. Master is always ill.
She is right.
Well, I had heard that your master was better, and I think he looks well in the face.
What do you mean by his looking well in the face? He looks very bad, and it is only impertinent folks that say that he is better. He never was so ill in his life.
She is right.
He walks, eats, and drinks like other folks, but that does not hinder him from being very ill.
Quite true.
Well, I am most heartily sorry for it, sir. I can see that you are indeed very sick in the face. I was sent by your daughter Angelique's music master. He was obliged to go into the country place for a few days, and he asked me to come here in his place to continue on with the music lessons.
Very well. Call Angelique.
I think, sir, it'd be better to take the gentleman to a room.
No. Make her come here.
But he cannot give her a good lesson if they're not left alone.
Oh, yes, he can.
Sir, the sound will bother you, and you should have nothing to disturb you in the state of health you are in.
No. I like music, and I should be glad to. Oh, here's Angelique. Go and see if my wife is dressed. Come, my daughter. Your music master has gone into the country, and here is a gentleman whom he sends in his stead to give you your lesson.
Oh, heavens!
What's the matter? Why the surprise?
It is such a strange coincidence.
How so?
I dreamt last night that I was in the greatest trouble imaginable, and that someone, exactly like this gentleman, came to me. I asked him to help me, and presently he saved me from the great trouble I was in. My surprise was very great to meet unexpectedly, and my coming here, him of whom I had been dreaming.
This is no small happiness of mine to occupy your thoughts, whether sleeping or waking. And my delight would be great indeed if you were in any trouble, out of which you would think me worthy of delivering you. Oh, Angelique, there is nothing that I would not do for you.
Some visitors have come to see you, sir. You are about to behold Dr. Diaforce's father and Mr. Diaforce's son. How well provided with a son-in-law you will be. You will see the best-made young fellow in the world, and the most intellectual. He spoke but 2 words to me. It is true, but I was struck, and your daughter will be delighted with him.
Good. My daughter's future husband, whom she has not yet seen, has arrived.
Should I take my leave?
Please, don't go.
Stay flat.
Well, you do me great honor, sir, in wishing me to be witness to such a pleasant interview.
He is the son of a clever doctor, and the marriage will take place in 4 days.
Only 4 days?
Come, make room. Here they are.
I perceive, sir, with great joy, and I wish to assure you, but you know what it means to be a poor invalid who can only tell you now that he is forever at your service.
Come forward and pay your respects.
Ought I not begin with the father?
Yes.
Sir, I come to salute, acknowledge, cherish, and revere you, a second father. A second father to whom I make bold to say I owe more than the first. The first gave birth to me. The first gave birth to me. The first gave me birth. But you have chosen. He received me out of necessity, but you have accepted me by choice. What I have from him is of the body, corporal, but what I hold from you is of the will, voluntary.
Long life to the colleges we send such clever people into the world.
As has been said in satisfaction, Father.
Optimate.
Come, bow to this gentleman.
Shall I kiss?
Yes.
Madame, it is with justice that heaven has given you the name of stepmother. Since we see your stepson.
It is not to my wife, but to my daughter to whom you are speaking.
Where is your wife?
She will soon come.
Shall I wait, Father, till she comes?
No. Go through with your compliments to the young lady in the meantime.
Suffer me, Madame, to make this day on the altar of a heart, the offering of a heart, which longs for the wishes of no greater glory than to be till death. Let's see that. Be till death. Your most humble, most obedient, most faithful servant and husband.
Bravo! See what it is to study.
To be admired with his cures are as wonderful as his speeches.
Now quick, my chair and seats for everyone. Here, my daughter. Now, sir, you see that everybody admires your son, and I think you are very well provided to be the father of such a fine young man.
Sir, I can boast that I have reason to be satisfied with him. To see him now, you can't tell he had rather a slow start. As a child, he was never what is called sharp. It was found most difficult to teach him to read. A good omen, I used to say to myself, trees that grow slowly bear the best fruit. And dullness of learning and heaviness of imagination are all marks of a sound judgment for the future. When I sent him to college, he found it hard work, but he stuck to his duty, and by the end of many years of continual hammering, he at last succeeded in obtaining his degree. But what pleases me in him, and what I'm glad to see him follow my example, is that he complies with the medical opinions of the government experts, and does not understand nor listen to the pretended scientific discoveries of our century, such as the need for fresh air, and washing hands, and other such bogus theories.
May I venture to present to the young lady as the first fruits of my genius, my doctoral thesis on the fertility of washing hands to prevent diseases, with your permission.
Oh, sir, sir, is the useless piece of paper to me. I do not understand these things.
Never mind, the parchment will be of use. We can paper our attic with it.
Very well. With the permission of this gentleman, I invite you to come and amuse yourself by assisting at the dissection of a woman upon whom I for election.
There are some who give up the pleasure of seeing a play to them they love.
But a dissection is much more gallant.
Young man, do you intend to practice medicine at Royal Court?
I will follow whatever my father said.
To tell you the truth, I have found that it's better to confine my practice to the ordinary public, not the nobility. Ordinary people are more convenient. There is no necessity to trouble yourself with their results. What is vexatious among people of rank is that when they are ill, they positively expect their doctor to cure them.
How very absurd! How impertinent of them to ask of you doctors to cure them.
You doctors are not placing you them for that. Only to prescribe remedies and to receive your fee. Is their own lookout to get well if they can.
Quite so. Now, in respect for the other qualities required for marriage, I assure you, my son has all the mating he desires, and that his children will grow to be strong and healthy. Demonstrate.
1, 2.
What's this interference, sir? Please, make my daughter sing before the company.
As you please, sir. I propose that in order to amuse this fine company, to sing with the young lady an operetta which has just lately come out. Here's your part.
Mine?
You stand there.
It is really nothing but a small extempore opera, and what you will hear is kind of an irregular verse such as passion and necessity make two people utter.
Very well. Let us hear. See there.
The subject of the scene is as follows. Tircis, a handsome shepherd, has paid every attention to his sheep. When he was disturbed by seeing a scoundrel who, with insolent language, was annoying a young shepherdess, Phyllis. He immediately chastised his brute for his insolence. And then he came near the lovely shepherdess to comfort her. He sees a young girl with the most beautiful eyes he has ever beheld, who is shedding tears which he thinks are the most precious in the world. He endeavors to stop those beautiful tears. And then the lovely shepherdess, she thanks him for the slight service which he has rendered her, but she thanks him with such touching sweetness that from that moment, that first sight, he carries away with him an eternal love for her. They sat apart, and that poor shepherd feels all the pains of absence, and he is tormented and no longer seeing what he beheld for so short of a time. He tries every single means to meet again with his beloved. But the great watch, which is kept over her, deprives him of all the power of doing so. The violence of his passion urges him to ask in marriage the adorable beauty without whom he can no longer live. And he does obtain from her the permission of doing so by means of a secret exchange of notes. But he is told in the meantime that her father has decided upon marrying her to another. Oh, what a cruel wound for the heart of that poor shepherd. In his despair, he finds a brilliant means of introducing himself into the house of his shepherdess. There he sees the most unworthy rival, triumphant near the lovely shepherdess, as if already assured of his conquest. Such a sight fills him with the wrath he can hardly master. He looks despairingly at her whom he adores, but the respect he has for her and the presence of her father deprive him of speaking, except with his eyes. At last, the greatness of his love forces him to sing as follows. Phyllis, to sharp a pain you bid me bear. Break this stern silence and tell me what I must fear. Disclose your thoughts to me and bid them open lie. Do tell me if I live or die. Oh, Phyllis, say it once again. But your father to his vow would subject you.
And what does the father say to all that?
He says nothing.
That father is a fool. To put up with such nonsense without saying a word. No, that's quite enough. An opera like that is in very bad taste. The shepherd Tyrkis is an impertinent fellow, and the shepherdess Phyllis is an Indian girl to speak in such a way before her father. Give me that paper. To me. Aha! And where are the words which you have just sung? This is only the music.
Sir, are you not aware that the way of writing the words to music itself has just lately been discovered? It's a novelty.
Well, has it? Good day, Sir Music Master. We could have done very well without your impertinent opera.
Well, I thought that I should amuse you.
Foolish things do not amuse, sir. Good day. Here is my wife. Dearest, here is the son of Dr. Diaphorus.
Madame, it is with justice that heaven has given you the name of stepmother, since we see your steps towards the perfect
Sir,
beauty.
I am delighted that you have come. Just in time for me to see you before I go out.
Since we've seen you, Madame, you have interrupted me in the middle of my speech and have troubled my memory.
Keep it for another time.
Come, shake hands with this gentleman and pledge him your troth.
Father!
Well, what do you mean by it?
I beseech you not to be in such a hurry.
As far as I'm concerned, Madame, there is no occasion to wait.
Oh, my father, give me time, I beseech you. Marriage is a chain which should never be imposed by force. And if this gentleman is a man of honor, you are not to accept a person who will be his only by force.
Nay, no consequentium. I can be a man of honor, Madame, at the same time accept you immediately from the hands of your father.
To do violence to a woman's wishes is a strange way setting about inspiring love.
We read in their ancients, Madame, that it was the custom to carry out by main force by night the maiden they wished to marry, so that the latter might not fly for her according to the arms of a man.
The ancients, sir, are the ancients, but we are the moderns. Nowadays, when a murder pleases us, we know very well how to go to without being dragged by force.
This thing we know, Madame, In what does not regard the possession of her, conceal, but in what regards it, nail.
It is in vain for you to argue.
This gentleman is brand new from college and will be more than a match for you today.
She may have some other match in mind. If I were you, my dear, I would not force her to marry.
I know very well what I would do.
Please, Father, trust that I follow reason and honor. Well-brought up children should be obedient to the will of their fathers. The duty of a daughter has its limits, madame, and neither reason nor law is intended to all things.
Which means that your thoughts are all in favor of marriage, but that you will choose a husband for yourself.
If my father will not give me a husband I like, at least I beseech him not to force me to marry one I can never love.
Gentlemen, I beg your pardon for all of this.
We all have our own ends in marriage. For my part, as I want only a husband I can love sincerely, and as I intend to consecrate my whole life to him, I must be cautious in my choice. There are some, madame, who see marriage only a matter of assurance of wealth, who marry only to enrich themselves, even by the death of those old men that they marry. These women, no doubt, are so difficult to satisfy, and care little what the husband is like.
You are such a simpleton, my dear, that one can hardly bear you.
You wish to extract me some rude answer, but I warn you not have the pleasure of doing so.
Nothing can equal your purpose.
It is of no use, madame. You will not go into anger. I withdraw from your presence.
Listen to me. Either you will marry this gentleman, or you will be put in a convent. I give you 4 days to consider.
What a sweet-tempered daughter you have, my darling. Well, I am sorry to leave you and your friends, but I have some business which calls me away.
Go, dearest. Call upon the notary and tell him to be quick about you know what.
I will.
How much this woman loves me, it is perfectly incredible.
We shall now take our leave of you, sir.
Oh, wait a moment, if you would. Please, tell me how I am. In health, that is.
Fine. We'll examine you then for the usual. Now, Thomas, take the other arm of this gentleman. Arm of this gentleman, so that I may see if you can form a right judgment on his pulse. Quid de cheese?
Dico, that the pulse of this man is the pulse of a man not well.
Good.
Good.
Irregular,
Bene.
Bene.
and even a little capresant,
Optimate.
which speaks to the temperance of the clergyman. That is to say, sweet.
Quite right.
It cannot be, for Dr. Prigent says it is my liver which is out of order.
Certainly. He who says parenchyma says both spleen and liver because of the great sympathy which exists between the two through the means of the vas breve, or the pylorus, and often of the veins of the Dr. Prigent is very wise. He's my brother-in-law, you know.
His brother-in-law.
Well, thank you, Rose, and goodbye. I hope soon to have the pleasure of seeing you again.
Darling, I have just seen something on my way out and I must inform you. As I was passing Angelique's door, I saw her with a young man who ran away as soon as he noticed me.
A young man? With my daughter?
Yes, all your other daughters, what's their names, who are with them. They can tell you all about it.
Send those girls here, Toinette. Send them here at once.
Ta-ta.
Ah, the brazen-faced girl. A young man? I no longer wonder at the resistance she showed to young Thomas Diaplayers.
What do you want, Papa?
When I told us to come to you,
Yes. Come here. Come nearer. Louison, come here. Hold up your head. No, look straight at me. Well,
Yes, Papa.
Cynthia,
What?
have you nothing to say to me? Chloe, Charlotte, Camille?
No, Papa.
I will tell you, if you like, the fable of the fox and the crow, which I learned yesterday.
That is not what I want of you.
What is it then?
Cunning little girls, you know very well what I want.
No, Papa.
Have I not asked you at once to tell me everything that you see?
Yes, Papa.
And have you seen nothing today?
No, Papa.
Quite sure?
Quite sure.
Ah, indeed. Well, we shall make you see something soon.
Papa!
False little girls, you do not tell me that you saw a young man in your sister's room? This will teach you to tell falsehoods.
Oh, my dear Papa! Pray forgive me. Angelique had asked us not to say anything to you, but I will tell you everything.
Well, first, you will be whipped for not telling the truth.
For pity's sake, Papa, don't whip her. Hurt me! I'm dead!
Louis-san, what does this mean? Louis-san, Louis-san, Louis-san!
I am dead too! So am I!
My poor children are dead! What have I done? It was the villainous Cain. Ah, my poor children!
Come, Papa, don't wait so. You're not quite dead yet. We are not dead either.
Just see the cunning little wenches. Well, I forgive you this once, but you must tell me everything.
Papa, a young man came into Sister's room while we were there.
Well?
We asked him what he wanted. He said that he was her music master.
Ah, him. I see. Well?
Then Angelique came.
Well?
She said to him, "Go away, go away, go! Good heavens, who will drive me to despair?"
Well?
But he would not go away.
What did he say to her?
Oh, ever so many things.
But what?
He told her this, and that, and the other.
And that he loved her dearly. That she was the most beautiful person in the world.
And then?
And then he knelt down before her.
And then?
And then he kept on kissing her hands.
And then?
Well, then my stepmama came to the door, and he escaped.
Nothing else.
No, Papa.
Well, run along now and be sure to pay close attention to what you see. What trouble with daughters? I have not even enough leisure to attend to my illness. Oh, I am quite done in.
Well, brother, how are you?
Ah, very bad, brother. Very bad.
That's so.
I hardly have the strength to speak. One could hardly believe how very feeble I am.
That's a sad thing indeed. Now I came here, brother, to propose a match for my niece Angelique.
Brother! Don't you dare speak to me of that wicked, insolent, good-for-nothing, brazen-faced girl! I will put her in a convent before 4 days are up.
All right. I'm glad to see that you have some strength left. This visit has done you good. Now we must chat a little together, brother.
Wait a moment, brother. I shall be back directly.
Here, sir. You forget you cannot get about without a cane.
Thanks for reminding me.
Monsieur Barral, I pray, do not give up the interest of your niece.
We must prevent this foolish marriage. She has gotten to his head and taken his place.
Yes, indeed. I'll do all in my power toward her wishes. And also direct his mind in healthy pursuits.
We have thought of a trick discussed amongst doctors and all things. It's rather crazy, but just wait a minute. Here's a man.
Oh, hello, Doc. Where are you going?
Let me ask you, brother, above all things, not to excite yourself during our conversation.
Of course.
To answer without anger to anything I may mention.
Certainly.
And to reason together upon the business which I want to discuss without any irritation.
Dear me, what a preamble.
How is it, brother, with all the wealth you possess, you speak of sending Angelique to a convent?
How is it, brother, that you forget that I am the master of my house? and can do all that I see fit?
I have no doubt that your wife, your spirit of charity, you charm to see all your daughters become good nuns.
My poor wife again. It is she who does all the harm, and everyone is against her?
No, brother, let us leave that alone. She is a woman with the best intentions in the world for the good of your family and as there's no all selfish motives. She expresses most extraordinary tenderness and shows towards her children inconceivable goodness. No, brother, don't let us speak of her. Only Angelique, your daughter. What can be the reason for wishing to give her marriage this sort of daughter?
My reason is that I wish to have a son-in-law who will suit my wants.
But it is not what your daughter requires. Let me suggest a more suitable match.
This one is suitable for me.
But does she marry a husband for herself or for you, brother?
He must do, both for her and for me, brother. And I wish to take into my family people of whom I have need.
But you don't need those apothecaries and doctors, brother.
What's that you mean, brother?
I know no man less sick than you. I should be quite satisfied with a constitution no worse than yours. One great proof the body is sound. I do not die when medicine.
But let us reason together, brother. Don't you believe at all in medicine?
No, brother. I do not see that as necessary for our salvation to believe in this.
But still, you must admit to this that doctors know more than others.
All the exorcists of art consist of palms, gibberish, magnificent notes, but no results.
Still, in cases of illness, everyone must have recourse to a doctor.
Your doctor may not have heard it of the breathing right and left, and has enough. No, what harm he does for the very best intentions, and it will send you into the next world.
But what else is to be done when one is ill, brother?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. Only rest. Nature, when we leave her free, will herself gently recover from the disorder into which she has fallen. Most men die of their weariness, and not of their diseases.
So you think you know more than all the great doctors of our age?
Let's change the subject. Can't you yield a little to the inclinations of your daughter, since it's for all her life, and the whole happiness of her married life depends on it?
Good day, Monsieur Argyle.
Good day, brother, with your leave.
Eh? What are you going to do?
Well, to take a little enema. It will soon be done.
Are you joking? Not spend one moment on enemas or pills? Put it off to another time.
What right have you to interfere?
How dare you oppose yourself to the prescriptions of the doctor? How dare you prevent the gentleman from taking our enema?
If it's your enema, go take it yourself! Go away! Go!
Oh, and tell Dr. Bishop that I've been prevented from executing his orders, and that we've been stopped in the performance of our duty.
You'll see and you'll be sorry.
Out!
Oh, brother, you will be the cause of some misfortune that befalls me.
A misfortune not taking enema prescribed by Dr. Purgeon. No, you must be curious. Doctors.
You will drive me into desperation. I should like you to have my illness, and then we should see if you would prey on as you do. Oh dear. Oh dear, Dr. Purgeon.
I have just heard the nice news, Monsieur Florent. You laugh at my prescription and refuse to take the remedy which I ordered. When is the strange revolt of a patient against his doctor?
Sorry,
It is incredible. I had the pleasure of composing myself.
It is not I.
And it was to work a marvelous effect on the attention.
My brother.
It is a pure forward against medicine.
It is the cause.
cleanse it entirely.
But it is not my fault.
Since you have forsaken the obedience you owe your daughter,
No,
that I give you up to your bad constitution, to the entrapment of your intestines, to the corruption of your blood, to the fecalness of your humor, to the acrimony of your bile.
Alas!
4 days, you will be in an incurable state.
Mercy on me!
You shall fall to bradypepsia.
Doctors, please!
Bradypepsia and to dyspepsia.
Doctors!
From dyspepsia to dysentery.
Doctor, good job!
And to dropsy, and from dropsy, into deprivation of your life, into which your body will bring you good day. And here's my bill.
Here's my bill.
Here's my
Oh, brother, you have undone me!
Why? What is the matter?
I am undone. I can already feel my intestines avenging themselves.
You're crazy. Recover yourself. And do not give way too much to your imagination.
Dr. Burdon says I should be dead in 4 days.
And what does it signify what they say? Isn't it an oracle that has spoken? Well, to hear you, anyone would think doctors will be there to threat of your life, and that they have supreme authority to prolong or cut short in their will. Remember, strengthen your life for yourself, and all the rest of the doctors can do as little towards making you die as the remedies can do towards making you live. This is an opportunity you like to take of getting rid of your doctors. And if you are so constituted that you cannot do without them, it is easy, you brother, to have a different doctor with whom you run less risk.
Oh, but brother, these doctors already know my constitution and the best way to cure me.
There are some other doctors here, sir, who desire to see you.
What doctors?
Doctors of medicine.
You are served according to your wish. Some doctors leave you, others come to replace them.
Good day, sir. Allow us, sir, to come and pay our respects to you, that we may offer you the small services for all the bleeding and purgings you may require.
I am very obliged to you.
You will not take amiss, I hope, the curiosity we feel to see such an illustrious patient, with a reputation which reaches the farthest ends of the world.
I see, sir, that you're looking earnestly at me. What age do you think I am?
Well, 26 or 27 at the utmost.
I am 90 years old.
90 years old.
Yes, this is what the secrets of my art have done for me, to preserve me fresh and vigorous, as you see.
Upon my word, a fine, youthful old fellow of 90.
We are territories. We go from town to town, province to province, kingdom to kingdom, to seek out patients worthy of our attention.
We disdain to amuse ourselves with the small rubbish of common disease, the trifles of rheumatism, coughs,
Fevers, and headaches.
Pooh. We require diseases of importance, such as good non-intermittent, with delirium,
Good scarlet fevers. Good plagues.
good pleurisy with inflammations of the lungs. These are what we would be trying. And I wish, dear sir, that all these diseases combined had been given up, spared by all doctors, and at the point of death, so that we may have the excellence of showing our rights.
I am very obliged for the kind intentions you have towards me.
Let me feel this. Oh, come, be properly now. I will so make you be as you should. This pulse trifles with me. I see he does not know me yet. Who is your doctor?
Dr. Burdon.
He's not noted in my books among the great doctors. What does he say you are ill of?
Well, he says it is the liver, but others say the spleen.
They are a pack of ignorant liars. You are suffering from the lungs.
The lungs?
Well, where do you feel ill?
Well, from time to time, I have great hot pains in my head.
Just so, the lungs.
And at others, it seems as if I had a mist before my eyes.
The lungs.
And at times, I have great weariness in all my limbs.
The lungs.
And also great pains in my stomach, as if I had the colic.
The lungs. Do you eat food with appetite?
Yes, sir.
The lungs, I tell you. What does your doctor order you for food?
He orders me soup,
Ignoramus.
broth,
Ignoramus.
and at night a few prunes to relax the bowels.
Ignoramus.
Ignorantus, ignoranta, ignorantu. You must drink your wine pure, to thicken your blood, which is too thin. You must eat good fat beef, good fat pork, good Dutch cheese to make all adhere.
And congluten.
Your doctor is an idiot.
What the deuce do you want with that?
What?
If I were you, I would have cut it off on the spot.
Why?
Well, can't you see? It attracts all the nourishment to itself and hinders this side from growing.
Well, that may be because I have need of my arms.
You also have a right eye that I would have plucked out if I were in your place.
Why?
Don't you see that it interferes with the other and robs it of its nourishment? Believe me, have it looked at as soon as possible. You'll see all the clear with the left eye.
Well, there is no need to hurry.
Yes, we must hurry. We must assist at a grand consultation, which is to take place about a man who died yesterday.
About a man who died yesterday?
Yes, so we may consider and see what ought to have been done to cure him. Goodbye.
He would have died today if we had been there yesterday. Goodbye, sir.
Hard work. Those doctors seem to be very clever.
What? To cut off my arm and pluck out my eye? A fine operation indeed, to make me at once one arm and one eye.
Just imagine. And what? 90 years of age. Now I say, brother, since you have traveled with Dr. Corjon, won't you give me leave to speak in matters proposed for my niece Angelique?
No, I will put her in a convent, since she has rebelled against me.
You need to please somebody by so doing.
I see what you mean. You always come back to my wife.
Well, yes, brother, since I must speak out, it is your wife I mean.
Ah, sir, don't talk so of mistress. She is a person against whom nothing ought to be said.
A woman without a seat, who loves master. Ah, who loves him. I can't express how much.
Just ask them how much care she takes of me.
Why?
Will you let me convince you, and to show you at once how my mistress loves my master? Sir, allow me to undeceive him and to show him his mistake.
How?
My mistress will soon come back. Stretch herself full length in this armchair and pretend to be dead. You will see what grief she will be in when I tell her the news.
Well, very well. I consent.
Yes, but don't leave her too long in despair, for she might die of it.
Trust me for that.
Hide yourself in that corner. I'll watch.
Oh, wait. Is there any danger in counterfeiting death?
No! What danger can there be? Only strip yourself there. It will be so pleasant to put your brother to confusion.
Here's my mistress.
Mind you, keep still.
What is the matter, Toinette?
Ma'am,
What ails you?
your husband is dead.
My husband is dead?
Alas, yes. The poor soul is gone.
Are you quite certain?
Quite certain. Nobody knows of it yet. I was all alone here when it happened. He has just breathed his last. Here, just look at him.
Heavens be praised! I am delivered from such a grievous burden. How silly of you, Toinette, to be so afflicted by his death.
Ma'am, I thought I ought to cry.
Pooh, it is not worth the trouble. What loss is it to anybody, and what good did he do in this world? A wretch, unpleasant to everyone, obnoxious, dirty habits. Always an enema or dose of physic in his body. Always sniveling, coughing, spitting. A stupid, tedious, ill-natured fellow who is forever scolding night and day at his maids and servants.
An excellent funeral oration.
Toinette, you must help me to carry out my design. and you may depend upon it that I will make it worth your while if you serve me. Since, by good luck, no one knows this death, we must keep it a secret until I have done what I want. There are some papers and money I must possess myself of. Come along now. Let's take the keys out of his pockets.
Something? Ah, my dear wife, is it thus you love me?
Ah, the dead man is not dead.
I am very glad to see how you love me, and to have heard the noble panegyric you have made upon me. This is a warning which will make me wise in the future. I haven't boiled that you well with the courts yet.
Well, brother,
Now,
You
really,
see?
I could have never believed such a thing. Angelique is coming, sir. Place yourself as you were just now, and let us see how she looks you. What an unhappy day. What else you trying? And why are you crying? Alas, I have such sad news for you. What is it? Your father is dead.
My father is dead, Twinette?
Yes, just look at him there. He died only a moment ago of a fainting fit that came over him.
Oh, what a misfortune, what a cruel grief. Alas, why must I lose my father, the only parent left me in the world? And why should I lose him too, at a time when he was angry with me?
Cleante is here.
Sir, I am here to offer my deepest apologies for my manner of acting whenever I first met you. After due reflection, I have... What is the matter, dear Angelique? What misfortune is making you weep?
Alas, I weep for the death of my dear and precious father.
Oh, heavens. Alas! After I begged your uncle to ask for your hand in marriage, I was coming to see your father in order to try by my respect and entreaties to incline his heart to grant you to my wishes.
I play out, let us speak no more of this. Let us give up all hopes of marriage. Now that my father is dead, I will have nothing to do with the world, nor renounce him forever. Yes, Father, if I have resisted your will, at least I will follow one of your intentions, and will by that make amends for the sorrow I have caused you. Let me, Father, bring you this promise here, and kiss your hand as a proof of my repentance.
Oh, my God! Do not be afraid, I am not dead. I am delighted to discover your good heart.
But what a delightful surprise! Father, since heaven's given you back to us, let me here throw myself at your feet to implore one favor of you. If you do not approve what my heart feels, if you refuse to take Cleante for a husband, at least I conjure you not to force me to marry another. It is all I have to ask of you.
Oh, sir! Allow your heart to be touched by her entreaties and by mine. And please, do not oppose our mutual love.
brother, how can you resist all of this?
Will you remain insensible before such passion?
Well, let him become a doctor, and I will consent. Yes, sir, turn doctor, and I will give you my daughter.
Very willingly, sir. If that is all that it takes to become your son-in-law, I will turn doctor. Apothecary also, if you like. It is not such a difficult thing after all, and besides, I would do so much more to obtain from you the fair Angelique.
But brother, it just strikes me. Why don't you turn doctor yourself? It would be much more convenient to have all your fly within yourself.
Quite true. That is the very way to cure yourself. There is no disease bold enough to dare attack the person of a doctor.
But you are laughing at me. Can I study at my age?
Study? What need is there? You are clever enough already. There are great many doctors who are a bit more clever than you are.
But one must know Latin and the different diseases and the remedies that they require.
Father, you are already an expert on every disease and every remedy.
When you put on the cap and gown of a doctor, all the rest will come to itself.
What? We'll understand how to discourse on diseases when we have gowns?
Yes, you have only to hold forth. Cap and gown, any stuff you say becomes learning. No, rubbish. Sounds like good sense.
Here's a beer for you, Pop. For a beer is half the doctor. And here are robes just doctors wear.
ready.
Dr. Clown.
Yes, I think I am ready too. And my daughter shall marry a doctor, after all.
And I'm sure your health will be better than ever.